Hello guys, this is Modest Major here, bringing you some commentary over some CTF gameplay. This is actually going to be a gameplay split into two parts. This gameplay that you're watching right now was a 47-2, but to be honest, towards the end, lots of people quit and it got a little bit tedious at times, and I didn't really want to bore you. So I just cut out my first running riot from the game. There were two running riots. The second one had a couple of dull patches in it. Overall, it was just a little bit on the spawn campy side, and we were just dominating them. Even this one, we're just kind of dominating them a bit too much for it to be really entertaining, but I haven't actually played Halo 4 that much recently. I'm kind of giving it a break, A, because I've been playing the Xbox One, and B, just so I can give it a little time for the new playlist to settle in. I feel like I go on the first day, I rinse the playlist, my CSR goes up really high, and I just can't have fun with it anymore. And it's kind of frustrating. It's not really fun being an early adopter of the playlist because there's so few people playing right now. If you play it too often and play it too early, you do just play like the best people on the game time and time again. And I've even gotten to the point where I keep seeing familiar faces, people that I've played with time and time again. And that's just not that interesting to me. Halo 4 is definitely a pub stomping game for me. But anyway, I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about the bulletin that was just released last night, I believe it was. They actually released it at a fairly respectable time for once. I was still awake. It was like 3 AM for me, and I managed to stay up and read it. And it's kind of interesting, really. Basically, they're having a race playlist, of course. That's going to be the next rotational playlist, which I'm sure a lot of you guys knew about. But they've given us the voting options for it. There is a choice between Meltdown, Longbow, and Complex. Now, for me, it's kind of hard for me to choose that one because I think a lot of them have their own strengths. Personally, Meltdown, for me, has been kind of a waste of time when it comes to matchmaking. So that's why I'm kind of hoping Meltdown gets voted. Because, you know, we played Complex so regularly. Longbow is kind of a go-to big team battle map, whereas Meltdown, I don't think it has many strengths, and also it would make for really nice aesthetics when you're racing, and it would be cool racing across the hollow bridges and stuff like that. So I think that's my personal preference, but really I wouldn't mind any. I'll probably try and bring you guys some race gameplay, but race definitely isn't really my scene. But I'm always willing to give new things a chance. I'm more of a Mario Kart guy myself, I have to say. Then the other announcement is, well, they kind of just showed a bit more of Team Slayer, basically. They showed what the leaderboards were going to look like, and they showed how there'll be like a bar of progress for how much of a 50 you are. You won't just be a 50, there'll be a bar for progress regarding how good a 50 you can be. We kind of already knew that, but it's kind of cool to see it in action. Personally, like I said, I haven't been playing Halo that much, so I'm not sure if I'll even attempt to go into the top 200. I personally don't think I'm skillful enough to do so anyway. You know, right now with so few players on the game, it's going to be nigh on impossible to get us all online at the same time. You know, obviously if I wanted to do that, I'd do something like where me, Severed Void, Rapscallion, and maybe Z-Sev would play and try and go up. But A, there's no incentive to do so, and B, you know, I don't really see the point. There is literally no incentive to doing this. They should have given you some sort of reward. It would have been cool if you got some sort of, like, unique weapon skin, like a flaming one, and you only got it if you ever placed in the top 200. Even that would have been some form of small constellation. As you can see, the gameplay has changed to some Onyx Ricochet right now. This gameplay was just really quick, high-scoring gameplay, so yeah, keep an eye out for that. But overall, I don't really see the point in playing Team Slayer. There's so little hype for this game right now that it's kind of hard to get the motivation to do so, and seeing as there's no incentive, I don't really see the point personally. Like, you know, no one's going to look at those top 200 players and go, oh my god, I'm going to add you as a friend, you're such a beast, bro. Like, there's just nothing to gain. There's no fame, no publicity. Like, hardly any people read those bulletins. I hate to be a negative Nancy, but I'm just saying that's how I see it. Then the next piece of information, I suppose, is that the Thanksgiving playlist is going to be coming out, and Thanksgiving is basically going to be a variant of Ricochet. I already predicted this on Twitter. I said that Ricochet would be, Thanksgiving playlist would be Ricochet, but you're holding a turkey. So I wasn't exactly head on, but it is a turkey Thanksgiving-based Ricochet playlist where basically there's going to be certain preset classes that you have to use. and they'll all be like members of a football team. So they'll be like the linebacker, the quarterback, etc. And they all have their own unique armor ability and loadout. Now, the thing that kind of bothers me about this is that the regen loadout sucks. It's like a storm rifle, plasma nade, stuff like that, and I don't want to use that. And the thruster pack loadout is definitely the best. They definitely chose all the competitive loadout settings for that, so that's probably what I'm going to have to end up using, because you get the BR with that as well. Each specific loadout has their own weapon, so there's an AR loadout, a light rifle loadout, etc., each with their own unique armor ability. It's a pretty cool idea, and I'll definitely give it a try. Thanksgiving isn't very big over in the UK, I can't lie. Like, it's not something that we celebrate over here. It's not something we even talk about. There's no equivalent to that holiday, so it kind of sucks because loads of people are getting time off school and stuff, and I would happily take that time off school, you know. I'll celebrate Thanksgiving just as much as any American. Any time off work or school is much appreciated by myself, but unfortunately we do not get to partake in such actions. But like I said, it's still cool that 343 are introducing stuff into playlists. Gears of War was a game that was really notorious for doing holiday-related playlists, and I'm really glad to see that 343 have adopted this mindset as well, because it definitely makes you feel a lot more in tune with the developer, and it makes them feel like they're less like robots just trying to produce the most money-selling game. They're actually, you know, listening and responding and communicating with the community, so that's definitely a cool thing, and I'll try and make it on to play some more Halo 4 in the future. It's funny because I've been playing Battlefield 4 a lot, and that game runs at 60 FPS, and I never used to think that 60 FPS was that big a deal, but after moving back to Halo 4 where it's 30 FPS, I was a proper PC elitist, almost like, oh, I can't play with these console peasants on 30 FPS, I'm going back to my Xbox One. But it's really cool that Halo 5 is going to be 60 FPS. I think that will make the game look amazing. And I think you guys might be blown away by just how amazing it will feel and how it will play, etc, etc. Anyway, I've been Modest Major. Hope you guys enjoyed the commentary. Stay tuned for the new playlists. Peace out.